How you doing? I'm Stan, your history man, and I'm coming to you with an exciting video. I'm going to be talking about the family tree of Michelle Obama. As you can see her family tree in front of you, she has a number of white relatives on her family tree. She has some white cousins, and I'm going to be talking about her family tree a little bit. It's a very controversial family tree because of her white relatives. And we're going to be talking about her great 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 grandmother's side of her family tree, Mavita Shields. You see, Mavita Shields was raised in Rich, Georgia, in Clayton County. And I call that the land of Gone with the Wind because the movie was set in Clayton County, the movie of Gone with the Wind and the book. So we're going to be talking about her family tree just a little bit. Henry Shields was Marvita's owner, and one of his relatives willed Marvita to him. A book raised the possibility that Marvita Shields, who was just 15, was probably raped by Charles Shield. And Charles Shield was Henry Shield's son, her owner's son. And as a result of that, a son was conceived, and his name was Dolphus Shields. And he was, and if you go down, he was married to Alice Easley, and of course they had a son by the name of Robert Shield, and he was married to Anna Lawson. Then we go down a little bit, and they had a daughter by the name of Rebecca Jumpers, and she was married to Pernell Shields, and they had a daughter by the name of Martha Robinson, and she was married to Fraser Robinson. And those were Michelle Obama's parents. And of course, Michelle Obama was married to Barack Obama. Now, where all the controversy come in at is that a DNA test was done, and some distant relatives who were white had the same DNA that Michelle Obama had, which linked them to Charles Shield. Her distant cousin was Sherry George, Joanna Tribute. And Cheryl George went on to say that she was horrified to learn that her ancestors had owned slaves, and even more horrified to realize that the relationship between Charles and Marvita had not been consensual, that it was probably a rape. And she said, I didn't know that something like that could have gone on in a Christian nation. I know that times were different then, but the idea that one of my ancestors raped a slave, she said that was just something that was hard for her to deal with. But the practice was very common in the deep south on the plantations at that time. But a lot of people today don't want to deal with that issue. Uh, some of the relationships, some people feel was consensual. A lot of people feel like the relationship between Thomas Jefferson and Sally Henning was consensual because it went on for a long, long period of time. And even when she went to France with him, she could have stayed and maintained her freedom, but she decided to come back to Virginia. And at his death, he freed her children, which was his children. And they done a DNA test, and that was proven also that he did father those children. Now, issues like that are very controversial today, and people don't want to deal with that. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think this is an issue that we can deal with, or should we just forget about it and move forward? Now, this is Stay in Your History, man. Now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you really like the video, subscribe to my station. I'm going to be bringing you a lot of history that's not in the history books. A lot of history is on probate records, different types of census, war records, and I'm going to be bringing to you the real history. So stay tuned. And like I said, if you really like this, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe to my station. Tell your friends about it. And this is Stay in Your History, man. And I'll be talking to you later.